Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of my attempt to try and do some kind of vague F1 season. It's not gone too well. The Malaysian Grand Prix qualifying got knocked out once again in Q1. Never mind. I wasn't too far off of Massa, who was the guy just up ahead of me, but it's just a couple of attempts off. I'm really struggling around this circuit. I love the Sepang circuit because I really like the layout of it, but yeah, completely incapable. I could probably have loads of people tell me exactly why when they look at my setup, to be honest. My front wing's quite high because of the high speed corners and I want it to kind of hold on. I like my braking so that it goes like that anyway. Roll bar the same. Ride height and springs. Gearbox. I've changed to KPH just because it seems to, in my head, make things feel a little bit better. 97% on my engine. Oops. There's my alignment. So yeah, so that's how that all went. Let's have a look at the grid, because I don't know it. I'm assuming that's the grid. Yes, it is. So, got Hamilton, Alonso, my team E, Maldonado and Grosjean, Vettel, Rosberg, Button, Webber, Kobayashi, Alderesta, and Hulkenberg, Schumacher 12, Perez, Massa, who was really struggling in the Q1 anyway, because that was the guy who popped out. Ricardo, Verne, Raikkonen down in 17th. Excitement. Then me. Then your Caterhams, Marussias and HRTs. Now I burn quite a lot of my tyre off, I think. But I can start on fresh tyres because I'm underneath anyway. So we'll start on the option, go to the prime, then the option. I want to change my fuel, we'll go back to normal. Although it looks like it's about to absolutely tip down of rain, it says that it's going to stay dry. So as ever, we're on legend mode. I'm genuinely being a bit rubbish. This could be fun or boring for everyone. Wish me luck.
All set.
We're all set. Okay. I love Formula 1 games. I do struggle with these though because I'm not playing on a HD lead. Which once you're used to the HD... Oh, hammy. Basti. Idioty. God, it looks like it's about to team down.
We're below where we wanted to be on the grid, so try your best to make up a few places in the race.
Yeah, right. Off and away. That will do. Made quite nicely. Oh, look at Kimi. Maybe not then, says Simon, as we all come teaming. Oh, yes. Good play, Simon. Careful, 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 careful. I'm in the points. This won't last. Let's see if I can stay ahead of Vettel. Look at Look at Hulkenberg and Kobayashi. Oh, look at me smacking everyone. Dear, this has all gone a bit too well. I'm in 7th. Okay, the beginning laps are going to be fun whilst I tumble back down the order. Still Hulkenberg in 4th though, that's great. I'm assuming Maldonado, my teammate's further up the list, so I'm going a bit... Oh, that's not going so well. No, Nico. Stay behind. Oh, dearie me. Oh, skiddy skids. Come on, I hate that corner. Look at this, oh my god. This is not going to end well. Can I... Ah, good going. Is Rosberg coming back through? Yes, he is. Ah, the little Jimmy Jam. Come on. Side by side down the straight for the next one. Ah, Vettel's got round as well. No, you can't come through, you little Miss Moose. Okay, right, that's Rosberg pushed back a wee bit.
5 positions ahead of you.
5 ahead? Really? Okay, so everyone's going to be queuing behind me for the rest of the race now, hopefully. Oh, that's not the braking point. Ah, good call. They were so busy battling with each other it didn't matter. Spend so long looking in your mirrors, you then start getting slower and slower. Whoa! That did not help. Come on, come on, come on, Simon, don't be an idiot. Okay, so Rosberg's going to go through. Come on. Oh, I've done it again. Well, I'm just glad Sebastian Vettel is behind me for the current 10 seconds. No. I shall take my normal line on the exit. It so looks like it's about to team down.
DRS is being enabled this lap.
Okay.
Remember, we can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Which is not fab. So I'm going to have the entire race behind me. Using it went away. So we'll get on to questions and answers and stuff about, or what, well, opinions and stuff, and what I think of the Sepang circuit. I do love it. First on the calendar was it 1999. Oh no, no, Sebastian, no. Oh dearie me. My setup's terrible. Oh damn. I was hoping I could keep him behind me for a little bit longer than that. Perez through. Oh dear, this is terrible driving. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Focus, we can get that place back.
I hope we can get that place back. Oh, I don't think I'm within DRS. Oh, I am. Excellent. Come on. Webber? Since when was Webber all the way down there? Oh my god. No. Marky Poos.
We're seeing a slight rise in track temperature.
Excellent. Okay, right. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that was unwise, Simon. Unwise, and so was that. Oh my goodness me. Go on, through you go. Oh, you... Oh my goodness me. Wow. And now the clouds come out. Go away, sorry. Thanks for that. I still love Sepang. I still love Sepang. Oh dear bollards. Petrop's doing incredibly well. 18th. What a torrid opening few laps. Complete swings in directions of extreme awesomeness to terribleness. Never mind. So yeah, now that I've broken that up, I think we can get on with the rest of the show at the 10% mark. So, Malaysia on the calendar, 1999. Was it Eddie Irvine that won that? Because it would have been right around the time when... Yeah, it was. It was Schumacher's first race back after he broke his leg, wasn't it? I remember staying up all night, not realising that the race starts at about 7 o'clock in the morning UK time.
Gap to the car behind. We need to keep it clean so he doesn't get a chance to overtake.
Okay. Looks like Pastor Maldonado, my teammate's just been overtaken, judging by the little mini-map that's going on. Oh, again, too deep.
You've picked up some marbles. Expect reduced grip until you can wear them off. Stay on the racing line.
Okay. I remember the 2000 Malaysian Grand Prix when it absolutely teamed down with rain.
Is around 2 seconds.
And Jos Verstappen was nearly going to get a podium in the Arrows.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
Oh. There's something with my setup which is really making being precise really difficult to do.
You're faster than the car ahead in sector 1. Use that advantage to get past.
Will do, Cap. And he does another fastest lap. Well, at least I'm beating the Marussias and the HRTs. Bell goes fastest. Petrov keeping up with the rest of the field, actually. That's quite impressive.
Try adjusting the brake balance back.
Oh, I don't know if I want to. The car's just not responsive enough. So then, setup gurus. Obviously, I've done an absolute faux pas here with my setup. Ignore the fact that I'm driving like a lunatic today. That double right actually is really difficult to see when you're not running on HD vision, actually. Anyone who wants to post setups and stuff, please use the comments boxes below on the old tubage. And tell me what I've done that's actually made my car feel at odds with itself. It feels like it just wants to skid the entire way round the lap. Which, as fun as it is, no. To be honest. Raikkonen's in 16. What is going on with that Lotus? Jesus. What's everyone's favourite Malaysian Grand Prix? This year's was quite good, wasn't it? Of course, you had 2011 when it stopped early. Ooh. Ring of Death. Cold hands. I think I'll either go for 2011 or 2000 as my favourite Malaysian Grand Prix.
Pulled out a slight lead on you. He's lapping slightly faster than you.
That's disgraceful, Vitali. Stop it.
We need you to be lapping in the low 1 minute 46 range to have any chance of catching the car ahead.
Okay, I'm on it. He lies, truthfully. Of course, this is one of the earlier Herman Tilke circuits, if not the first one. First one that I remember, anyway. Do you think his circuits have got better or worse? So many people have an opinion on Tilke circuits.
Keep the car ahead under pressure. He might make a mistake. The gap is only 2 seconds.
Okay. That all goes faster. Come on. I can do it. That's better. I knew I was vaguely competent in there somewhere. Let's just taken me 10 laps to work it out. Oh! He says then getting it a wee bit wrong. Just a smidge. Right, so my aim for this one, thanks to Mr. Racy Engineer, was 16th.
Try and close the gap to the car ahead. It's currently 2 seconds.
Well, I'm not going to not try, am I? I do miss not having the commentary option on this, the F1 sim stuff anymore. He's really catching now! Having everyone freaking out. Actually, it must be said, most of the cars aren't that far up the road yet. So this is actually a lot closer than what I thought I was going to be. Feeling it's going to be a nil point exercise.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power. Petrol's lapping a fraction slower than you.
Good. Anyone bought the F1 2011 season DVD? I've not got it yet, or Blu-ray rather. I'm sure it'd look rather awesome in Blu-ray. I got last year's one on Blu-ray. It was noticeably better. Oh, unlike my cornering expertise, which is getting noticeably worse. Getting a little bit worried that when I hit that corner I used to be able to see the other cars up ahead and now I don't. The car's starting to feel a slight bit loose. Oh. I do own all of the F1 like DVDs, videos and stuff like that. Right the way back to 1981, I think it is when Duke, the company that was doing them, took over and started doing them. I've seen ones kind of banded about where you can do them in the 70s.
Petrol will be pitting within the next 3 laps.
Awesome. But I don't know if they're part of the main series or not. If anyone knows the answer of that, because I've got a couple on like my wish list, which is like 1976 when it's got Jackie Stewart, I think it is, on the front of it and things like that. Anyone knows the answer, please stick below. Oh, that was stupid. I've got to beat the new teams. I've got to beat the new teams. Oh my god, what is going on with my driving? Seriously. Still 24 cars running. Sadly. so angry at myself for doing that spin. I could have held up everyone perfectly. Not again. Looks like there's a battle going on for the leading trio of positions.
We're only 2 seconds behind this guy. Keep pushing.
We've only been 2 seconds behind for a very long time. Oh, but I can see other cars. A little mini flash of them. That's good. Ah, there is hope. There is hope. Bet it's because they're all mixture one. Come on. We can do this. That was a torrid lap.
Lapping a second faster than you at the moment. 1 second.
You're alright, rub it in. Rub it in. You just wait. I can be as slow as Bruno and crash as much as Pasta.
We think Coverline is going to pit sometime within the next 3 laps.
Oh my god.
The gap to the car ahead is around 2 seconds.
Oh, I can see plenty of cars up ahead. Oh my god, Simon. Oh no. Ugh. God's sake. Keep it calm. That's probably why. Goodbye any semblance of a tyre. Pitting, I think it's lap 17, wasn't it? I was pitting. Oh, that's really annoyed me. I was catching people, I was doing things. I wasn't looking completely like an idiot. Right, come on, safety car. We've got to think of something.
Lap time in the high minute 45 range. High 45.
By 45s, are they getting faster?
Petrov's around 5 seconds ahead.
Oh, I want him to be back to being 2 again.
We're registering a drop in track temperature.
Yeah, arrows. Well, for people that were supposed to be pitching within the next 3 laps, none of them are in yet, mister. Wow. And they're pulling
The car
away.
ahead posted a lap time in the high minute 45 range, high 45.
That's Fabaroo. Well, at least I'm practically a pit stop ahead now of Kovalainen, so if I popped into the pits in the next couple of laps, I should rejoin just in front of them. And Petrov's actually joined the back of that. Oh my god! Wow, what is going on? There's like 6 cars all together up ahead. In fact, I was so busy looking at the map, I missed the corner altogether. That's not helping you, Simon, at all. Oh, look how bleak it's got. Oh, damn it. Oh. Come on, Simon, you can do this. Right, I need it to be some kind of carnage down at the corner. Oh. Slightly cut the corner there. Oh dear, what a terrible lap. Okay, we're stopping, thank God. Oh, that's why. Look at my tyre.
Pastor is around 3 seconds a lap faster than you right now.
I'm sure he is. You know what will happen? I'll pit and then it'll start to rain. And I'll be like, oh. Oh, Glock's up ahead. What's De Resta doing in 18? Oh wow, are there changes afoot? Wonder if he's gone off his tyres or something. Or if Petrov is actually going for it.
Pit in.
Oh, don't do that. I can't see the corner. Oh, for goodness sake. Simon. Idiot. Oh, it's because it's... Thank you. Oh, there's people in the pits. Okay, now where is it? There it is. And we're in. Oh my goodness me. This is torrid. Torrid, torrid, torrid awfulness of the world.
Go now.
Flex my fingers quick.
Be careful not to drive over the white line when coming out of the pits or you'll get a penalty.
You'd have to do really well to cross over the white line exiting the pits on that one.
The car's got a new set of prime tyres on. You only have to stop once now. 1 stop left.
Awesome. Okay, so changing's going on. Pick's gone up to 20th, I'm assuming because Glock's been into the pits.
The track temperature's rising.
That's great. Oh, team is in, I can see. Right, I've got to get to work on
has just entered into the pit.
trying to get back on terms with everyone
Okay,
up
the
ahead.
gap to the next car is currently 12 seconds.
Oh my god. More people are in the pits. Right, still looking really close up ahead. I've just got to get myself back to them again.
We think that Pick is due to pit soon. He should be pitting within the next 3 laps.
Okay.
The data's telling us that you're 12 seconds off the next car right now. See if you can reduce that over the next few laps.
I will try my best. Oh, Alonso, hello. I love it when you put a new set of tyres on and you just... it feels faster and fresher, and that I'm back doing good again. Just needs to come together. And come together about 19 laps ago. I think that's me about to be lapped, actually. Hey, 144. Able to brake pretty much at the 100 metre board, if not a little bit after. On a good day, as Hamilton goes the fastest lap. That's not good for me. Shows I'm practically 4 seconds off his time, actually, which is pretty damn terrible. Oh, sorry. Oh. Felt like I was going to lose it. So what's going on in the real world of F1 at the moment? I'm only now 7.4 behind DeResta. That's come down really, really quick. The real world of F1, I think, is all the cars getting ready for their old launch. Gutierrez now definitely in at Sauber, so Kobayashi no longer has a seat for this season. The only 2 seats are left to be discussed now are the second Force India ones and the second Caterham one. With Kovalainen just recently saying that actually, yes, I am still in talks over the seat, which surprised me a little bit because he's been so busy talking about, or being talked about, how he's not in the running for it anymore. I think a lot of people just assumed, myself included, that he was just not in with a chance. So that's good to see. Petrov's dropped behind. Now, that could well be the reason why I was able to catch everyone.
Blue flag conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not
Oh, he
racing
can
in.
wait.
Gap is currently 7 seconds between you and the car ahead.
Which is nice.
Back up to speed. Wave blue conditions no longer apply.
Hopefully I can keep up with him. That shows where I don't quite get that corner. Slightly outside the 1 second mark, I think, for DRS. Ah, that's a shame. Hamilton's well clear of everyone else. The next person's not even on the back straight. There they are. Oh my god, that's nuts. So, some real weird and wonderful driving going on. Hamilton and Petrov. Some terrible driving with me and Raikkonen by the looks of it. Still 24 drivers. It's not going to help me get my 16th, is it? The second Force India seat, I think, is going to be really interesting because they've got Jules Bianchi, haven't they? Who has the potential to do very, very well. They could opt for Adrian Sutil to be back in the car again. He spent most of his, if not all of his career, yeah, all of his career with that team through its various guises of Spiker and then Force India. Midland were only Midland for 2006, I think, weren't they? Ooh, careful. Oh my god. Simon.
Okay, we need to be targeting the low 1 minute 45 range if we want to close the gap on the car ahead.
I'm sure we do. It's what I like to call work in progress. Kovalainen's in 20th. What was that, Simon? Jesus. Petrov's getting lapped. Hopefully that will give me some of my time back again. I've been busy spending in the gravel. Well, at least I'm going to be in the top 20. Thank heavens for small graces. So De Resta will be 17, Hulkenberg 16. That wasn't corner cutting. Get to see what the leaders are all doing as they come around on a lap with me. Really awkward apexes round this Sepang circuit. Of course, in gaming news, Codemasters has suggestions that there's going to be some redundancies going on over there, which would be a real shame. Love me Cody's games. Apparently, it won't affect the F1 and the grid games, or the dirt games.
To start catching the car ahead, we need a high minute 44, high 44.
Okay. I done a very high 44. What do you want? Oh, do not even say that I'm cutting down a turn 1. Which probably means that the only Codemasters game that I know that's come out recently would be the F1 Race Stars game, which I actually really like. I know it didn't sell, the charts are lying, and to be honest, I do prefer Sonic and Sega All-Stars. Transformed, but it's still a good game. It does make me sad how people don't seem to trust new game series so much these days. Especially with something like HMV potentially going under, and Blockbuster 2 probably going under. Oh, and the marbles. It's going to really segregate, I think, how... Ooh, fastest lap so far. It's going to segregate how gaming goes to the point where you're going to have such small indie titles against all the big budget ones, because people aren't going to be able to take a chance in the middle. That would be a real shame if that does happen. Weber. Of course, he was in 11th battling with me on the opening couple of laps.
The car ahead is 7 seconds up on you.
Penalty? Oh, you are behaving.
Repeated corner cutting. Box in the next 3 laps.
Oh. Disaster. Now I'll never get petrol. Oh, and that's now angered me, and oh.
Okay, we need you to make way for the car behind.
Oh God, what's happened? Oh, get going, get going, get going, get going, get going. Sorry, Jensen, go, go, go. Oh, I slowed to let you through. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. driver. Petrov's now 20 seconds ahead and I've not even done my penalty. That's terrible. To do is just be able to mirror someone. Oh! Oh, how can you give me a...
You've been awarded a penalty for ignoring 3 waves.
No! Oh! Right, screw it. Let's pit. Let's get the first one out of the way. This is all... Oh, no! Oh, thank God for Sims. This is terrible. Oh, dear. La la la. Okay, we can get a top 20. We can get a top 20. Must beat the caterers. Okay, so that's one drive-through done.
Some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
There's not. Okay, so Kovalainen and...
The car behind is dropping back. That should give you a little more breathing space.
That's great. How annoying. Oh well, any hopes of having a big old battle with Petrov is going to come to an end, but what will happen is that I will come out behind Kovalainen. I wonder if it might be worthwhile staying out a lap or two actually to see if I can try and build that gap a little bit. How many laps have I got to serve it? 2, that's fine. Especially because Maldonado's lapping him and he's going to get blue flagged. In fact, with that, screw it, let's get him. Because that'll let Pastor past me without me having to cause a problem and chuck him off the road. Okay, back in. We're back in. It's gonna be okay. We can do this, we can do this. 19th is ours. There's Maldonado, that's Kovalainen.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track. Kovalainen should be pitting within the next couple of laps.
Just ahead of Glock, am I? Yeah. I'm through. Allow the faster cars through.
You're on the slower tyre, but you're maintaining the gap to the car ahead, so we're very happy. This is good.
Ricardo's in the points. Penalty times 3.
Kovalainen's around 5 seconds ahead of you. Keep the pressure on him.
Oh, do behave. Oh, sorry, Rosberg.
The stewards have awarded you a drive-through penalty for repeated corner cutting. Pit in the next 3 laps.
Oh, this has turned into an absolute fest.
Good job. to speed now. Blue flag no longer applies.
Oh, dearie me. Right. 19th will be mine. What I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do my pit in my drive-through now because that looks like there's a gaggle of cars behind, and I don't necessarily want to be losing time being lapped by them. One is Glock in the Malaysia. I can deal with that. Okay. No more penalties, Simon. No more. Glock. Going through now. Oh, dearie me.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
What's Hamilton doing me for the second time? 30 laps. Simon a bit rubbish today.
You're 5 seconds behind Glock. Keep it up. You might make a mistake.
I'll be past him in a flash. Oh well. Everyone has a bad day. I'm just getting mine out the way very early on in the season. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Oh dear. Raikkonen's still in 14th. It's not good, Kimmy. My good man.
Up to speed. Wave blue conditions no longer apply.
Starting to get a bit paranoid now. Oh, as they've all gone up, someone's out. Who's out? We're down to 23 riders. Oh, I wonder who's gone. Somebody's retired. I really need 3 more. Another 2 more, wasn't it? No, 3 more. 2 more to get me 16.
We have a gap of around 4 seconds between you and the next car.
Oh. I'll be very interested to see who's out. Notice it on my dashboard as I go past wherever it was that they went. Oh, that's Glock letting people through. Hello, Timo, my friend.
We believe the car ahead is running standard revs. Standard revs.
So excited that I'm actually on the attack against someone. I nearly spin off. Ah, it's Perez. Perez is out. Okay, right. Come on, Timo. See what you're made of, mister. Oh, look at the aerodynamic effect coming off of that. You can really feel, actually, that when you get close up to someone, you lose all the aerodynamics. Oh dear. I don't know if that psychologically then makes you start sliding around a little bit. Oh no, no DRS. Rubbish. Ooh, someone in the pits. Right. Come on. This is not where I expected to be. But I will have you down into turn 4.
One of the Toro Rossos is next.
Really? Don't think so. I think it might be Kovalainen. Toro Rosso might be the next car up the road. If it's Vern who lapped us not too long ago. It was a bit late. Oh, just about gets away with it. Okay, alright, we've got 18 and a half seconds to make up. Okay. We can do this.
You need to increase the gap. You're within 1 second of the car behind. He will use DRS.
Okay. Right, what's the time now that we go across the line? Fastest lap?
Coming into the pits within the next 4 laps. The next 4 laps.
No, Timo. You're not allowed. I'm not allowed to have to spend time defending from you because that's going to only slow me down. I want Kovalainen.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Oh, don't even ask me what I've done there. It's just been an hour's worth of just driving like a twit. I'd sack myself if I was a real racing driver after this. So, with this being a most rejectful drive, who do we think is going to be the biggest rejects out of 2013 in the F1 season? That'll be an interesting question. Comments below, obviously. So on the 4th.
Blue flag conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him. Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace. Good job. Back up to speed now. Blue flag no longer applies.
Awesome. Getting proper paranoid over these blue flags. Oh!
Watch out for the car behind. He's only 2
shit.
seconds down on you. He might try and overtake if you make a mistake.
Oh no!
Drive-through penalty for unsportsmanlike behaviour. There's nothing we can do about it now.
Oh,
Stay
he's so
focused
far
and
out
push
in
the next
front.
3 laps.
And to be fair, I've always wanted to do that. That was lazy of me. Okay, I will finish in the top 20. I will. My next stop, lap 39. Okay. Right. While we've got clear track, let's not pit. Oh my God! Look at all those cars behind. Oh dear.
Your front wing's taken some slight damage. Stay out unless it's causing you problems.
Okay, right. We're in 18th. This is going well. Oh, what a disastrous race. We all have them, don't we? Brain fading, disastrous, rubbishness. Ones where you think I should never really have been
Block is
born.
due to stop for new tyres within the next 2 laps.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
we need
so-
you to make way for the car behind.
I'm going to... quickly pit. Look at Pick. Pick's in 19th. Ah, Glock. Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. This is a complete disaster. Okay, so we'll do a drive-through
Watch out
because
for
they're
traffic as you rejoin
all
the
the
track.
rage.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap. Curve is offline. We're currently looking into the problem.
Wonderful. Come on, Raikkonen, through you go, mate. In your 15th position. Oh my God. No, Charles. I mean, I do like with F1 2012 the reliability problems with the things like the KERS and if the DRS doesn't work and things like that, because it's quite realistic, especially if you're Mark Webber. And I'd much rather have these go wrong, but that you can still keep racing, than having to have like all the... Oh god.
Too much time stuck behind the car ahead. You're faster than him in sector 2. Sector 2.
Ha ha ha! Fail. Schumacher in 7. Brake early. Gonna do what you did with Hamilton. He's into the pits. Ah, and DRS. Perfecto. Oh, so busy looking at Webber and co. Oh shit.
The guys have fixed the problem with KERS. KERS is now available.
Wonderful.
Pastor has just entered the pit. Pastor is in the pit.
Good old Paul di Resta.
Blue conditions no longer apply.
Okay, so I've got... Right, I'm 2 laps down, I think. So I've got 16 laps to find what's going to be about 20 seconds, I think, by the time I've finished all of this. Charles Peak can kindly hold up Kovalainen and Glock.
The gap to the car behind is less than a second. Be aware he may use DRS in an attempt to pass.
I'm sure he will try. Is that Kovalainen? Yeah, it is.
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Hit this lap.
It's not corner cutting. I do wish they'd sort out some of these penalties. Some of these I'm blatantly corner cutting on. Some of them I'm not.
The car behind is on standard revs. Car behind is running standard revs.
But that works perfectly for me, because now that they've all been caught up with a blue flag, that I'm hoping to not really get nearly as caught up on. Hence using all of my KERS really early on in the lap.
Box, box, box.
For the 6th time. So now Peak's been caught by the blue flag. And I won't need to deal with it because I'll be able to get down to the end of the straight before 3 blue flags continue, and that's good for me. Thank God for this. There's got to be some help or sign of something going on
Blue flag
to help
conditions.
me
Let
out.
the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him.
Button, fastest lap. Good man. 1:39.4. Could you see Kovalainen had lost 4 seconds?
Exit now.
Through me.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
Okay, right. We are on a roll now. So Peak, I think, has still got to pit anyway. Kovalainen is my real target. And he's 13 seconds. After all that, 13 seconds up the road. That's worked out actually really quite well.
The gap to the car behind is 10 seconds.
Okay, Simon, this is your chance to show that you are not a complete and utter div. The remaining 14 laps that you've got to try and catch Heikki Kovalainen. But on another fastest lap of the race. There's Peak in the pits. He may well beat me out actually because I had to have a front wing change.
Just enter the pit lane, Pick in the pits.
Well, no, beat him. Fantastic, one down. Come on. Suddenly the car now feels like it's alive. Less fuel, new tyres. If I'm going to be half good, it's going to be now. That was a terrible corner cut, I'm so sorry, World. Beautiful line there. Terrible line there. Got long.
The gap between you and the car behind is 10 seconds.
Is my teammate up to lap me next? Again? Hey, a 42. Okay, 11.2 is my gap. What can I do this time? That's a bit of a dodgy line. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. One stop and go too many, I think. Stop and go, I know what I mean. Alonso in the 38, so everyone's putting the foot down now. Is dropping way off the pace. There's Kovalainen. Come on. I'm gonna have you, you little schnauzer. What we got this time round? I don't think this is quick. No. Okay, 10.4. Now that was corner cutting, but no. Apparently.
You're 10 seconds behind the car ahead.
Still just the one retirement as well, which is rather annoying. Alonso fastest lap again. Still pretty sure that Hamilton is so far out in front it doesn't... Oh my goodness me!
Okay, we need you to make way for the car behind.
Maldonado's in 8th. Well done, Teamy. Now you're going to give me a bit of DRS. Thank you very much. That will help me back on to gain some of that time I've just lost.
43. We need to improve on that if we want to catch them.
I'm just going to pretend that that was me moving over for my teammate to help. Oh, that was terrible. Why is it sometimes when I do that it doesn't turn at all, and then on other times it's just, it oversteers in? I must have a terrible setup, a really terrible setup. I must sound like a broken record this race. So if anyone's got any personal highlights of Malaysia from their own races and stuff like that, please post your comments below. I do enjoy reading people's messages and stuff.
Keep pushing.
Oh no, we've screwed it. Simon screwed it. What we got? 10 laps. Max. If not 9.
You need to let the car behind you pass. He's not racing you for position.
Ninth place Ricardo. Wow. What a disaster. This race has been. Overdriving, underperforming. Oh, De Resta's out. I'm assuming that will mean.
Looks like the car ahead has a puncture. Car ahead has a puncture.
Please say that's Kovalainen. And that was actually him with a puncture and not De Resta retiring with a puncture. That would be so awesome. Oh well, we're 18th now. What's the gap? car. 16. Strangely glued to the back of 9th place. Which then is rather annoying, because I think, oh, I could have been doing so much better than what I am currently. Does anyone else actually see their 100% races through? When it's gone horribly wrong? Or am I just the sadist? 38.
Blue flag conditions. Let the car immediately behind through. You're not racing him.
Boo, Nico Rosberg yoinking my DRS. It stayed dry as well, that's quite nice. Of course, if anyone's got any questions or anything for round 3, please again send me a message, leave a comment below. Oh, Felipe's not going to score again. Came 11th last time out as well. Oh! It's like a magnet. 13 seconds. It's coming down. It's not coming down fast enough though. With 6 laps to go, I need to be, what, 2 seconds a lap quicker? And even then I still need another retirement. Oh, what a disaster. Those guys need to get onto him with blue flags and make him slow down and stop and stuff. Otherwise I may have had a chance, but no, 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 no. But I will still stand by all that I said. I do still like the Sepang circuit. Not liking how I've driven it today. But I do still like the Sepang circuit. Oh, get past! Stop it! And actually, I think it's one of my more favourite Tilke circuits that's out there. I like this circuit. I like Turkey, Istanbul, even though it's not in this game. Which is a shame. I think that should come back.
The gap is 15 seconds. 15 seconds to the next car.
I can't remember if India was designed by Tilke or not. That's another good circuit though, but yeah, the circuits where he isn't trying to include absolutely everything in one race works better. For me, personally. The ones like Abu Dhabi where it's got the street circuit part and the other part and this and that and the other, and you just go, it's all a bit too much of a mishmash. No Sauber scoring either, actually.
Second gap to the next car.
Having said that though, I cannot wait for this race to be over so I can move on to round 3. And I hope to put in a more respectable run, a bit like... Oh, the Marushas have changed. Glock's got ahead of Peak. Oh, Kovalainen's only 9 seconds away. He's getting the blue flag syndrome. Oh, it's all suddenly coming together. I do a fastest lap as well. Come on. Pick's back ahead of Glum. Those Marushas must be having a right little ding-dong. It's not good. Oh, neither's that. Come on. A bit desperate now.
Okay, we need you to make way for the car behind.
Oh, Hamilton. That then puts me 3 laps down.
That's quicker than a high minute 42. Come on.
So what that will now do... So Hamilton will be on lap 55. Okay. Ah, deja vu! Oh. Damn.
There is a gap of about 7 seconds between you and the car ahead.
Oh, so close!
We
So
might need to think about moving
close!
to fuel mix mode 2 in the next few laps. You need to let the car behind you pass. He's not racing you for position. Excellent pace. We're much faster than Kovalainen. Keep pushing.
We're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. It's the last lap. Let's do fuel mix 3.
7 seconds is all that separates you and the car ahead.
A really nice fast lap to at least pretend that I was good at the end. And maybe vaguely competitive as well. Oh, maybe not.
Be aware the car ahead has a puncture.
Ooh. Who is it that has a puncture? Not Kovalainen, because he's not ridden out. Well, Hamilton wins. That's me. What a disaster, eh? Bit of a stretch. Okay. So Hamilton, Alonso, Webber, Button, Vettel, Schumacher, Grosjean ended up 7th in the end. Maldonado, my teammate, in 8th. Then Rosberg. Oh, Massa got 10th in the end ahead of Kobayashi, Verne, Raikkonen, Hulkenberg. Okay. Makes me think that Hulkenberg may have had the puncture. That's everyone. Oh dear. See, I wasn't... In theory, I was okay with my best laps. Oh dear. So, championship. Hamilton up front from Alonso, Webber, Maldonado, Grosjean, Button, Vettel, Rosberg, Schumacher, Raikkonen, Perez, De Resta, Massa scores a point. I'm 17th overall. Yay. We're doing constructors wise. McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull. HRT ahead of Marussia. We go into the fact that there was more retirements in Australia than there was here. Oh, and he cries. Well, thank you so much if anyone actually stuck all the way through that. That was terrible. Wish me luck for round 3. It can't get much worse. Cheers for watching. See you soon.